Hello, I'm Lord Gareth and Davies, Lords of the Manor of Brixham, Vittery, studying analytics and analysis at the Open University. Today I wanted to talk about the world disorder that's been created by the change on the 20th of January and how unstable this is making the world. I want to run through a few different scenarios that are possibilities, because I don't think anybody will ever believe anything Donald Trump ever says ever again. So Donald Trump promised us peace on the 20th of January, and we're getting quite a different thing happening now. I don't know how this is going to be in the UK perspective. Are we going to be with America? But this is how I see it. So Donald Trump is taking Panama Canal, Canada and Greenland. This is NATO territory. Obviously he said he's leaving NATO. Greenland belongs to Denmark. So we've got to decide in the UK who we're with. Now there's possibly an American, Russian, Italian, Spanish alliance. There's the European army that the UK's got to be concerned with as well. There's the Russian and collectivist nations with China and Iran and North Korea. There's people like Japan, Australia. So it's quite hard to know what to do. So if we go with Europe and NATO, we'd be probably up against America, possibly Russia, and Italy and Spain have shown no cooperation with Ukraine. And where is Ukraine going to go? Are they going with Russia? Are they going with Europe? Are they going with America? Are they going with, say, the UK? It's hard to say. So we saw that people or militia or troops were taken from Cuba to fight for Russia. This weakens the Cuba for America's move down to Panama. Obviously for America, taking the Panama Canal is essential, with all the worries of conflict with Donald Trump and China over Taiwan. So that's essential for America's needs, to take the Panama Canal. I just see Canada, unless Canada's wanting to become America, as a step too far, and definitely Greenland, because that's Denmark and NATO. So if we go with NATO and Europe, maybe the JEF, we'd be up against possibly a coalition of an underhanded deal between Putin and Trump, and probably Spain and Italy. If we go with America and there's no Putin secret deal, like there does look like, we would have Europe on our doors, as we're right next to Europe. Well, we're part of Europe, just the other side of the channel. There is, if Canada's gone to America, where does that leave Australia? Are they going to America as well? Are we losing all our Commonwealth people? You know, best position for Australia would be with China, in my opinion, because then it would be less risk of any trouble when America and China fight. So Donald Trump has stated that unless Europe pays 5% GDP, he won't protect them. I believe it's not Europe that needs protecting, it's America, because his willingness to go to war with China over Taiwan and taking the Panama Canal, which I believe is now owned by China through Panama, allegedly. So it's not Europe that needs protecting. We're quite capable of protecting ourselves. It's America that he wants us to be protecting from China, because they're just across the Pacific Ocean from each other. And there's a lot of unease guaranteed by China by 2027 by taking Taiwan into China again. The simplest solution, I believe, is what's been happening with everybody else. Russia invaded Ukraine after America failed to negotiate, but how can America negotiate when they are the all-powerful? What we were told in the UK was not Ukraine not to become NATO and to move NATO defence missiles out the range of Moscow. That would be a lot better than the current situation. It would have stopped a lot of bloodshed, loss of life, loss of property, families, homes, jobs. Would have been a much better solution. So there's the competitiveness on the markets, things like the gas and the gas pipelines. And obviously in the UK we're now getting our gas from Norway and from LNG gas from America, but this is very expensive. Now obviously when you've done business studies you understand you have a competitive market and buy from the cheapest, which would be Russia. So basically America's wanting Europe to pay their 40 trillion national debt. So what I suggest is sanctions on Donald Trump, like what happened with President Putin when he invaded. And we also, across Europe, as one, stop paying our national debts. That would free up 524 billion in the United Kingdom each year, which, if you think about it, is 524 warships a year. Not that we could build that many, but it would stop the money going to a country that's invading its own allies. The concern is when you move from America, Canada, Greenland, you're only one island away from the United Kingdom, that's Iceland, which is a major problem. Now, we've got to remember, America's not the only threat we've got to consider in the United Kingdom. The European Army is as well. That was back in 2019, if you remember, before the COVID. But I believe if we stop paying our national debt, sanction America, that could put a stop to the American military. Plus, if he's at war with China, which the last clickbait I saw on news titles was China getting ready to invade Taiwan in light of Donald Trump's latest news. So if America and China are at it, and we've sanctioned and stopped paying our national debts, we'd have a lot more money for our people and our countries, and it'd make it very difficult to take the likes of Canada and Greenland. This is my hypothesis. You know, where do we go in the UK? Maybe we join the collectivists with like Iran and Russia and North Korea to stifle America's power. Maybe stick with Europe, maybe be independent, maybe with America. But there's all the risks, and everybody's been very underhanded at the moment, and we've got to be so careful. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the UK, because obviously our governments have been very in line with America over the past 10 years. So I'm Lord Gareth and Davies, Lords of the Manor of Brixham, Vittery, studying analytics and analysis at the Open University. Thank you for watching. Hoping this brings you some thoughts and ideas. Please comment them down below, and have a good day.